A stunning statement about silver from Robert Kiyosaki. We're going to talk about why, but also today is a critical major day for the precious metals prices. It's the end of the month and it's the end of the quarter. And we want to look at the reasons why that is so critical as well, because we got a lot to look forward to in the coming months, quarters, and years. And it just doesn't stop, guys. Big reasons why a billionaire has bought massive amounts of silver. And on top of it all, Texas, we love Texas. Hello, Jake from Jake's Custom Parts, right? Our friend in Texas is doing something crazy with silver and gold. We're going to dive into that as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the basement. This is not possible without you. We love to talk about silver and gold. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Super chat, super thanks are always never appreciated. Oh, wait a minute. Never expected, but always appreciated. Oh, well, we're live, right? Okay, guys, let's talk about Robert Kiyosaki first and why what he says can make us even more optimistic as we look at these month-end and quarter-end numbers. Let's go out to Robert Kiyosaki's most recent, just over the weekend tweet, where he says something stunning. Now, Robert Kiyosaki is the author, super rich guy, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, regarded as a financial expert, a financial guru. He says, reminder, rich lesson. Your profits are made when you buy, not when you sell. And then he goes on to say, silver is the best asymmetric buy today. Don't worry, I'm going to explain that to you. That means more possible upside gain with little downside risk. Silver price will explode in July. I agree with him on that 100%. How do you feel? Do you feel July is going to be an explosion in silver? Everyone can afford silver today, but not tomorrow. Take care. Okay, so what is an asymmetric buy? Real quickly, asymmetric means a fancy way of saying not equal. It means the upside potential far outweighs the downside risk. For example, with silver, what he's saying is that currently at around $35 or $36 per ounce for silver, by his estimates, maybe worst case scenario, silver could go down $3, $4, $5 per ounce. But on the upside, it has potential to do something like double or triple in value. So the downside risk is nowhere near as equal to the upside potential. Now, again, that's all based on people's estimates. I agree with it. Do you agree with it? I don't know. It seems very, very reasonable to me. Now, I'm the guy who sat down here for years when silver was $15, $18 per ounce and pounded the table. Remember, basement dwellers saying silver's undervalued, silver's undervalued. Do you still believe it is? I believe that it is. Now, why is today, June 30th, such a critical day for the precious metals prices? Because it's the end of the quarter, it's the end of the month. But in particular with silver, today is critical. Let's go out to our friend Bald Guy Money, who talks about the month-end numbers today. I thought he brought up a really great, interesting point here when he says on X, if silver holds above $35 on Monday, that would be today, that is a major confirmation of its breakout and the highest monthly close since August of 2011. Yet, some are panicking. Okay, now, let's talk about the quarterly numbers and why that's so important. We're going to go out to Tavi Costa. Okay, silver is on the verge of a major breakout, in my view, from one of the longest cup and handle formations I've ever seen. So when we look at silver, we're not quite here yet, but when we consider what Robert Kiyosaki said, when we consider that we're about going to have the highest monthly close since 2011, because it's looking real good. And then we look at the quarterly numbers again on this chart from Tavi. What we see, guys, I'm going to show this to you every day like I did with the gold chart back in the day until it happens, and it will happen. We're going to pick, let's do light blue today. I think that'll show up nicely on this chart. This is the quarterly, that's not good. Hold on. Sorry, we're live. How are you today? Hopefully you guys can still see me and hear me. There we go, circled. Quarterly candle. So each one of these candles is a quarterly close. Here is $37. We most likely are not going to do it today. However, when we look at a long-term chart going all the way back to 1980, there's the cup, there's the handle. Okay, there's $37. Next quarter, third quarter, will we break up here? Because if we do, guys, this is the most beautiful, longest cup and handle pattern people are saying in the history of the world. It could be absolutely exciting as we move into these next 3 months. Be prepared. Be prepared. People that have laughed at us for saying we thought silver was going to go to the moon, people who laughed at us when silver was $18, $15 per ounce and said, oh, you're crazy. Silver will never break out. We could be seeing it, and we could be seeing it very, very soon because there just isn't hardly any resistance up above those levels. Okay, let's talk about the billionaire. What did he say about silver? All right, this is a billionaire, and we'll go out here to the Gray Rabbit Finances Substack. I think it's our first time featuring them here on the channel. And it says, The Dark Night of Silver. Meet the billionaire betting $1 billion on monetary collapse. Who is David Bateman? And why is he hoarding 12 million ounces of silver as the $300 trillion debt bomb ticks? Talking about the debt bomb that we have in the world, okay? Meet David Bateman, not Bruce Wayne, but close. He's the billionaire tech founder of Intrata, and now apparently the newest self-styled guardian of sound money. And his recent moves are any indication, he's not waiting for the collapse. He's positioning for it. There he is right there. Looks like a young, smart guy. He's a billionaire. In a tweet that feels more like a financial manifesto, Bateman casually revealed over the past 6 months he has invested close to $1 billion. Is he the new Hunt brothers? Is he the new Warren Buffett in precious metals, including a purchase of almost 13 million ounces of silver? Hey, guys, I want to mention to you, if you want to get your hands on some silver, it's time for us to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mint. They make this gold and silver content possible. As a matter of fact, I have a 5-ounce bar I'm going to show you right now from First Mint. And I got to let you in on a little secret. This is upstairs Susie's favorite. It is beautiful, but it's not just bars. They have unique rounds they produce as well. You can check them out at their website, firstmint.com. Now, they're owned by First Majestic Silver. That's Keith Neumeyer's Juggernaut Silver Mining Company. So with First Mint, you get a unique proposition, right? They're probably the only mint I know of that mines their own silver. They mine the silver through First Majestic in Mexico. It goes straight to their mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, where they create world-class silver bullion products. And then where does it go? It goes directly to you. Did you notice anything? There's no COMEX. There's no LBMA in that process. From the mine to the mint to you, minted in the USA. You can learn more about them at firstmint.com. And they have a discount code for us, VIPRB. Check them out. I think you'll be happy. They've got great service, selection, and they're a company you can trust, right? Keith Neumeyer, highly regarded in the precious metal sector. Let's get back to this billionaire and see why he is buying silver. Let's just go straight to there's all these other tweets that came out after he disclosed that he has $1 billion worth of silver. But let's just read through this. It's scary. Here's the reasons why I've invested close to $1 billion in precious metals, gold and silver over the last 6 months. Okay. Including the purchase of 1.5% of the annual global silver supply. First, he says the global monetary system is about to collapse, the Great Reset. Okay. The Basel Endgame. The biggest credit bubble in history will soon pop, over $300 trillion. Next, there's no way the U.S. can refinance its $28 trillion in maturing treasuries in the next 4 years without an obscene amount of printing. Trump tariffs are hastening the collapse. Gold and silver are the only meaningful life raft. Physical possession is everything. The whole world right now is a sophisticated game of musical chairs. The chairs are precious metals. He says crypto is a psyop, okay? Real estate, crypto, stocks, and bonds will all lose significant value compared to precious metals. The banking system has been meticulously designed to seize your assets, to buoy up a collapsing banking sector, the great taking. You have zero counterparty risk with precious metals, meaning when you own silver, when you own gold, and if you hold it in your possession, there's no other person you're relying on for that value. There's no counterparty risk. He says, I'm up 20%, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Some people may or may not agree with his thoughts on crypto. I do think that crypto it does represent a form of value outside of the fiat paper money system as well. But nonetheless, that's a billionaire. Take a step back, a young billionaire, a smart billionaire. He's talking very positively about gold and silver. Now, we're going to talk about big news out of Texas next. But first, let's talk about First Mining Gold. They also sponsor the Ron's Basement content. They make it possible for me to be here with you, for us to hang out. First Mining Gold is a gold development stage company with 2 multi-million ounce projects in Canada. Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet in Quebec. They've got millions of ounces of gold in the ground. Tons of money were spent over decades to drill and define that this gold is in the ground. So now First Mining Gold is in the process, the exciting process with Catalyst involved, of moving these projects through the permitting, the development phase. You can learn more about them at firstmininggold.com. But let's move down now to Texas and talk about big news we get from Texas. A couple things we want to look at here, because just over the weekend, what does it mean when the governor of Texas tweets this? Okay, Greg Abbott, just yesterday, yes, June 29th, puts out a tweet where he states, I signed a law authorizing Texans to use gold and silver as legal tender in day-to-day financial transactions. Gold and silver as legal tender in day-to-day financial transactions. It fulfills the promise of Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution. Now, let's go over here and dig into this just a little bit. This is Texas, guys, who alone, right? Texas, if it were its own country, right, their economy would rival that of most of the other countries in the world, okay? Texas authorizes gold, silver as legal tender for daily transactions. In yellow, Texas made a significant move in the realm of financial policy by authorizing gold and silver as legal tender for daily transactions. Governor Greg Abbott signed a law that recognizes these precious metals as a form of currency, making Texas the first U.S. state to implement this initiative on a large scale. In purple, this development offers Texans a new financial choice, integrating gold and silver into the state's legal tender system. All right. Finally, in red, the law enables day-to-day transactions through the Texas Bullion Depository. Oh, yeah, that's right. Texas built their own bullion safe, but the depository, whatever, which is overseen by the state comptroller's office. Okay, so it's regulated. While this move does not immediately impact cryptocurrencies, it does open the door to potential long-term market implications, especially if these metals are tokenized through the blockchain technology. This is very interesting, guys, because Texas, which has a regulated and audited state depository, there's potential that they could tokenize that gold, right? Not unlike what they've done with XAUT, where there's a crypto token that is absolutely backed up by real gold, real silver. It's very exciting what Texas could be doing here, okay? The immediate effects are primarily financial, influencing market perceptions and reflecting broader political motivations. This step underscores Texas's unique approach to finance which is largely independent of federal oversight. So Texas, okay, apparently told this guy, where'd he go? Here he is, our old friend. He's going to be giving a speech, I think, tomorrow, Jerome Powell at the Federal Reserve, that we're going to follow the Constitution. We're not real fond of this stuff here, right? Paper money. Okay. So very interesting development. Texas, again, is a huge economy standing on its own. It rivals that of like a lot of the big major countries of the world. So much going on. This is a big, 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 big time period that we are living through right now for precious metals, for any investments, even crypto that are outside of the fiat paper money system. Listen to what the billionaire said, right? Hey, this thing's doomed. I don't want to be, a prophet of doom. Who knows how much longer it can go on? But simple math and a calculator will tell us, right, that the US dollar is facing some serious, serious challenges. Okay? Then on top of that, we know what's been happening when we decide to measure the value of this, right? Precious metals. Right, there's that 5-ounce bar from First Mint. When we decide to use the US dollar as the unit of measure, which we've all been pretty much brainwashed into doing throughout our whole lives, right, we know that where we are right now with silver, from a month-end close perspective, and we're going to get it, right? I mean, unless if they bash silver below $35 today, I think, people will go nuts, crazy, okay? And what we have to look forward to on a quarterly basis when we listen to people like Robert Kiyosaki, who's telling us about the asymmetric opportunity right now in silver, all precious metals are in for some very, very good times ahead. I want to say thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. We love to talk about the precious metals. We love to protect ourselves. I think that's what we're really after. Ourselves, our loved ones, right? But I want you to feel like you're welcome here in the basement, because you are, right? This is the miracle of technology that allows us to get together, hang out, right? And talk about what's going on out there. This is a community. You're a critical part. I want you to come back. Please don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Number one, take care of yourself, be well, and I'll see you soon. And one more thing. Let's go silver! Hi-ho, silver!